Comrades' orders. Situation. Our brave regimental reconnaissance comrades sacrificed themselves for the fatherland to gain actionable intelligence. It looks like the NATO forces have established a prepared defensive zone at the mouth of a long valley, maintaining control of an operationally important line of communication. High Command has tasked the 51st Tank Regiment to capture this area. Our company has been given the honor to lead the attack as the main effort. We'll break down this problem using the COPT method of the combat estimate. As a reminder, COPT stands for cover, obstacles, positions of fire, positions of observation, enemy, and distance. First, we will look at cover. We are currently located at the northwest entrance of this valley, hidden from enemy observation and fire thanks to the series of rolling hills along the western side of the valley. The valley itself seems to be exposed to both observation and fire from Objective Yuri. If it is possible to move to the eastern side, the terrain on the reverse slope does provide pockets of cover that could present an alternative route to the objective area. The blue zone west of the large village at the center of the enemy defensive zone depicts another pocket of cover from any observation and fire from enemy dug-in positions. We can also use the village as cover, assuming no enemy infantry is present. Next, we will look at obstacles. Heavy slope and thick tree cover is severely restricted terrain. As shown on the map, the woods to our south and on the eastern slope will force us either toward the center of the valley and a likely enemy kill zone, or force us to divert into canalizing terrain further afield as we approach our objective. Unless the enemy has posted scouts in these areas, I'm not too concerned about these obstacles. The large village in the middle of the map, at the mouth of the valley, would split our company or force us to go around it. We can take advantage of these routes as the obstacles also present cover from observation. Moving on to positions of fire. The map indicates locations based on elevation and best line of sight for both of us and the NATO forces. The red markers indicate the locations that we could use to maximize the use of the T-80's capabilities. Due to our low profile, we should be able to find overwatch positions overlooking the objective areas. What we see, we can also kill. As soon as we crest the ridge line by waypoint 1, or if we stay on the main northwest-southeast road along the valley floor, we will be within a likely enemy kill zone and within engagement range of all of their weapon systems. Our Recce forces reported several M901s as well as M2 Bradleys. Both have long-range tow missiles. Where we're assembled, if we expose ourselves in the valley, we are within range of ATGM teams from Objective Yuri or even the hills further east. Also note to the northeastern sector, if we were to conduct a left flanking attack, we could use the northeastern hills as fire support position. Next, positions of observation. As you can see on the map, we will be able to observe the enemy defensive zone only once we get to the central ridge here, overlooking the large village. The western approach has two locations, here and here, where we could set up observation posts to direct artillery fire. Next, we will look at the NATO scum in our way. Our Recce comrades gave their lives to get us useful intelligence. Recent reports suggest we are up against a reinforced mechanized infantry company of unknown effective strength. Our regimental Recce brethren observed M2 Bradleys, M901s, and some M60s occupying dug-in defensive positions at objectives Yuri and Echo. A force this size is likely also to have at least one tank platoon held in reserve as a counter-move force. In the most likely enemy course of action, the motor rifle company will retain the vital ground anchored on the large village at the mouth of the valley. The NATO forces will likely have as their mission to block us, using the main valley as their kill zone, while their armor platoon will act as a hammer to respond to any breakthrough. Finally, let's look at distance factors. We are located approximately 2 kilometers from Objective Yuri. This is well within range of ATGMs. If we take an avenue of approach to the southwestern edge of the map to the objective area, the total distance would be approximately 5 kilometers. Any questions so far? Niet? Duck. Let's review combat ratios. We have a company of T-80Bs against a mechanized infantry company with some old M60 tanks. We also have Mi-24s and lots of indirect fire support to crush the static enemy positions to oblivion. We just have to use the terrain to our advantage and not get caught inside the funnel of death in the valley. We are looking at 3 possible avenues of approach. In order to avoid a direct confrontation with the mechanized anti-tank guided missile teams and other long-range assets, Alpha Company will take the Western Avenue of Approach, or AA1, on the map. We will mask our movement using the wooded areas covering the western edge of the map. This way, we will avoid walking into a kill zone in the valley, and we should be able to hit the enemy's left flank before they even know we are on top of them. We will shape the battle space with our attack aviation and indirect fires. Mission: Alpha Company will destroy the NATO forces at objectives Yuri and Echo through a right flanking assault to create an opening for follow-on regimental attack. I say again, Alpha Company will destroy the NATO forces at objectives Yuri and Echo through a right flanking assault to create an opening for follow-on regimental attack. Execution: Scheme maneuver. This mission will be conducted in 4 phases. Phase 1. One platoon will screen to the initial objective to gain overwatch at OP Boris. The rest of Alpha Company will follow and assume to rendezvous point Ivan on the reverse slope. Attack aviation will attack by fire precision to attrit defensive positions at objective Yuri. This is the initial objective. Phase 2. Alpha Company will maneuver behind objective Echo and clear from objective Echo to objective Yuri and consolidate at RB Igor. This is the subsequent objective. Phase 3. Alpha Company will secure RP Shura as the final objective. Be prepared to destroy NATO counterattack force. Phase 4. Alpha Company will set up a hasty defensive at RP Shura to enable the rest of 51st Tank Regiment to marry up and secure the area. Groupings and tasks. 1 platoon, initially, lead screen element. Set up hasty OP, lead attack on object Echo and Yuri. 2 platoon, initially, follow and assume, conduct attacks on Echo and Yuri. 3 platoon, initially, follow and assume, conduct attacks on Echo and Yuri. Since we are the main effort, we have been allocated 2 dedicated batteries of 2S3s with 5 fire missions each, and 1 battery of 2S1s for 10 rounds of smoke from the regimental artillery group. A flight of Mi-24s are in direct support, and we have 5 close air support flights on call. We will use a combination of smoke, high explosive, and targeted fixed wing as combat multipliers to crush the static enemy. Code words: commence attack, Cosmos. OP established, Vostok. Subsequent objective reached, Soyuz. RP Shura secured, Kursk. Orders end. No time to questions. Follow my lead and let's take this valley from the NATO reactionaries. To your call signs now. Okay, there goes the air support. 2 Mi-24s. So let's see what they pick up. And instead of a full frontal attack, our company is going to skirt around the western edge, and the 51st Commander has asked us to do surprise attacks to the enemy rear instead of attacking head on. But first we have to take control of the company. Okay, now the company is under control, and we will lead the way down the western flank. So it looks like we lost one Mi-24, the second one is still active. There it goes down. Okay. Let's see what it picked up. Okay, so we're going to saturate subjective viewer here with both CAS and artillery. And let's see if we can actually destroy some objectives there beyond what the Mi-24s took out or may have not taken out. Almost forgot to pick up the rest of my platoon members, but we have to take it platoon at a time to the next RV point, just northwest of the OP Boris. So while we wait for the platoon members to follow, we're going to be taking this corridor and scooting down to this location here, and that's way out of observation from the objectives. Set up a temporary RV and tactical assembly area here for the company. Then a lead element will go to this low knoll, set up OP Boris, and see what we can see on these two objectives, and take out any targets that are present and reachable. And after that, we'll continue and take the next bound to the intermediate objective. Okay, they've assembled. Okay, the company has now assembled on this temporary tactical assembly area. And yes, it is very open. Skies are clear. Barely any issues for overhead surveillance or attack. However, the 51st has assured us that our air defense coverage is robust enough to keep any enemy aircraft out of this area, so we should be safe here. Alright, so we're going to split out from here with our lead call sign and go to OP Boris, just over reference that tall tree between the two tall trees, and find that knoll and see if we can actually observe the two objectives from that location. The TADB is very low and should be perfectly meant to do this type of thing with what we have. We don't have BRDMs or BMPs, so this is what we got. Alright, so the two other platoons in the company are halted and waiting for further orders. And we're going to now split off. 0, this is Victor 6, Cosmo's now out.
Малокалиберным. На 25. БТР. Цель понял. Огонь!
That's an M2.
Выстрел!
Target.
Цель! Прекратить огонь!
I think the target is destroyed. I don't see any movement. Okay, so they have another defense position here, unmarked on the map.
Осколочный! На 30! Танк! Цель понял! Огонь!
So tank's still on Yuri.
Цель потеряна!
That was a close call, so they're both active.
Кумулятивным! На 35! Танк! Цель потеряна!
Just got hit, but no damage.
Кумулятивным! На 40! Танк! Цель понял! Огонь! Не вижу!
There's one of them.
Выстрел! Цель! Осколочный! На 30!
Target
Танк!
destroyed.
Цель потеряна!
Just can't get a good firing solution here. Target destroyed. Okay, overlooking Echo right now, and don't see anything at this moment. Looks like a 901.
Yes, sir.
Target.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Target. Still moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Target hit. Target destroyed. Okay, I think that's it, what we can observe from here. We're going to marry up with the rest of the company and move on to our next location. Okay, so the company is now reassembled, and we're going to take one platoon at a time, whose gap, set up a hasty OP here, see if we can actually cover two objectives from this location. It looked like from our OP bores, we saw this slope and this valley, and that may have good overwatch of Yuri at least. And then the rest of the company will move to this location, we'll marry up, and then one platoon at a time, we will move over this saddle into this depression, set up another tactical assembly area, and attack position actually, and then engage those objectives in sequence from Echo to Yuri, and we'll maximize the use of our remaining artillery batteries and close air support. So initial setup here, take out any other targets that we can, and the rest of the company will move to here, and then we'll move down. Okay, the company has now reassembled just north of this little hamlet, and we're going to take 3rd Platoon or an elemental 3rd Platoon to set up a hasty OP just by those buildings to see if we can actually reach out and touch Yuri and see what's out there.
Марка Лидерсы, на 30, ВТС. Цель понял. Огонь!
901. Target.
Цель! Прекратить огонь!
Target destroyed. Okay, so that was the second 901 on objective Echo. So it looks like they put the tanks up ahead. First echelon, second echelon, and M2. Bradley's here with ATGMs, and 901's ATGMs in the second echelon. So one up, two back. Okay, so we're overlooking Echo for sure, and overlooking Yuri at this point as well. Let's see if there are any more tanks that we did not take out with our CAS or tank.
Кумулятивным! На 25! Танк! Цель понял! Огонь! МД!
Contact tank.
Недолет! Прицел! МД!
Target.
Цель! Огонь! Сел!
Target.
Прекратить огонь!
Target destroyed. So that's the third tank. We took out two from objective correction OP Boris. And I think I saw four total with the Mi-24s doing the initial recce as they assaulted those with their ADGMs. So there might be one more. Alright, third platoon lead call sign. Check one more time on Yuri.
Подкалиберный! На 50! Танк! Цель понял! Огонь! Прицел! МД!
That's the fourth tank.
Прекратить огонь!
Target destroyed. Okay, so that platoon tanks on Yuri is now destroyed. Zero, this is Victor 6. Vostok now out. Okay, there's a really good overwatch position here. So we'll set the third platoon here for now. Get the two other call signs from the company over to the south side into their initial assault positions. And we'll head to the south of the objectives. So our intelligence also indicates that there might be a platoon up to a company level armored counter moves force in reserve for the enemy. So this is a good spot to keep an eye out for that. There's great tank country here, and we have wide arcs of fire. So that is Echo right there. A couple call signs destroyed already, 901s. Yeah, sometimes you have to walk the dog with this conscript army. Okay, third platoon is now in place. Let's go back to company command. So our next bound will be to assemble 2 platoons on this ridge here, and then take 1 platoon at a time over the saddle and assemble here. And once we know what's going on, we'll take the 3rd platoon and marry up. But we'll have at least 2 platoons here to conduct the assault on Objective Echo. And this platoon may or may not come across the counter-moves force that is expected to come down this corridor if they have one in reserve. Okay, now in this case we go into battle formations. Still seeing just those burning 901s and that M2 that we took out earlier. No new contacts yet. If their platoon does get decisively engaged up top in their HCOP or fire base, I'm going to leave them there, and then 1 and 2 platoon will conduct the assault onto Echo, take it from there, and maybe then reassemble. Okay, so the next series of events will be a bunch of leapfrogging bounds, taking advantage of the low ground until we get behind Echo. So we're aiming for that cluster of trees with the road as the saddle, and that'll at least give us some cover when we cross the high feature to get behind Echo. Our left flank is pretty exposed at the moment, and we're the most vulnerable right here. Contacts to our left. Okay, we're taking cover here. We still have observation over Shura in this corridor here. And we're going to take the second platoon now down. And hopefully that saturation of that area will destroy that third defensive position there with the M2. Not sure if we got that contact there. I'm assuming it is an M2. It's in line with the other one there. So an M2 platoon. I'm going to take this right side of those three trees, stay in the low ground, and avoid getting hit by ATGMs or anything else that they have. Otherwise, pretty quiet. Our first platoon is engaging something. Alright, M60's, that's the countermeasures force. Target destroyed. Next target. Target. Target destroyed. Okay, at least one tank platoon destroyed. I'm going to hang here for a couple seconds to see if there's any other activity in that area. We're otherwise out of observation from Yuri and Echo. Oh, so another tank up this way. So now we're going to leapfrog towards Oki Shore, but with their main goal is to assault Echo and head up to Yuri. Looks like Yuri is clear now from those tanks. Alright, we're getting contact reports up here from the tank platoon heading northwest. Okay, one platoon is going to take objective Echo and set up hasty fire base there. Okay, a tank platoon, part of the countermeasures force company, is now just southeast of Yuri. We should be able to reach out and touch them from here. Contact tanks.
Подкалиберные. На 30. Танк. Цель потеряна. МП. На 30.
Target.
Цель понял. Огонь. Выстрел.
Target.
Цель. Подкалиберный. На 30. Танк. Цель понял. Огонь. Выстрел.
Target.
Цель.
Target destroyed.
Прекратить огонь.
Should be one more. One of our call signs took a hit, but I think we just cleared. Echo. May have been an M2. Okay, one platoon set up a fire base here, and we're going to take the second platoon and third platoon down towards OP Shore. Correction, RP Shore. The next span will be up onto this high feature so we can get some observation on this valley. There might be still some tanks up here or here. And there might be some other defense positions set up by RP Shore. So we want to make sure that we have that covered.
Подкалиберный. На 25. Вертолет. Цель
Choppers,
понял. Огонь.
Cobras. Target destroyed.
На 30. Вертолет. Цель понял. Огонь! Стрел!
So that Cobra missed. Pilot got smart. Target. It's a pretty good pilot. But we're keeping him busy. He can't get his ATGMs going. Target destroyed. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Thought I hit it the rear rotor. Target destroyed. That's for sure. No other contacts at the moment. Alright, we're going to maintain Overwatch here and get the rest of the company assembled to our location. I'm not sure what the third call sign is doing for our platoon, but I think that's where it's coming. Okay, we're going to have a word with him later. Okay, wait here for a second just to let all the call signs catch up. Okay, so the 3rd Platoon is going to leave Prague to this location just south of RP Shura and maintain overwatch for the rest of the company to follow. No contact so far. I think we may have taken out the full counter-moves force. Okay, 2nd Platoon is going to take RP Shura, set up a hasty defensive, and the rest of the company is going to marry up with them. Zero, this is Victor 6. Soyuz now out. Yeah, some driver training is definitely needed for these conscripts. Sierra, this is Victor 6. Kursk now. Out. Alright, so now we just have to wait for the 51st to mirror up with us and clear the rest of this corridor. Alright, that's it, boys. Good job. We just lost one call sign. We'll write some letters to the family, maybe. And that's mission out.